to different levels of makeup online. This was a really interesting social experiment, a beauty-related social experiment. Her name is Brinton Parker, and what she wanted to see was how men would react dependent on how much makeup she wore. So she created 3 completely identical accounts on Tinder. One where she had very minimal makeup, almost bare-faced makeup. The other one, average amounts of makeup. And then finally, the 3rd account with heavy makeup. And then she swiped, because you guys are familiar with Tinder. I'm not, but you swipe to accept someone. So she swiped the first 100 suggested matches for herself, and this is what her findings were. So she saw that men actually flocked to the bare-faced version of her, but their language was different. They almost treated her more like a friend than a hookup. Now, the person with average makeup, that's where she got most of the flirtation, and where most of the men, I guess, wanted to take her out on a date. And then finally, with the heavy makeup, it was the men assumed that she was a little bit more, based on the language, sexually promiscuous, and then also that she was more stylish. So she would get comments like, "Dope style, I like your style." She did say, which I thought was really interesting, that she was actually quite refreshed by most of the conversations, that most of the people seemed like they genuinely wanted to get to know her, even though Tinder is specifically based on your physical appearance. But she said, of course, there were some standouts, some negative standouts that definitely correlated her sexual willingness to how much makeup she was wearing. Interesting. Thoughts? 5 words or less.
Men, make up your mind.
This experiment needs more foundation.
Yes.
Can't make this stuff up.
Tinder is the night. Okay, so first of all, what did you guys think about the results of this experiment? And I do think that we need to just talk about the fact that it's not the ideal sample size, 100 people. It's not going to have the significance statistically, nor there's other variables involved. But what did you still think?
I have a big problem of calling this a social experiment to begin with. It lacks credibility. What about all the other factors that are not being counted in here? There's backgrounds, there's clothing, there's lighting, there's photo composition. There's the fact that she's beautiful no matter how she looks in all the pictures. You don't know about the men coming up to her, and you don't know about, are they judging by socioeconomic status? How does that work?
It's Tinder though. Like, this is not like you don't set up a huge dating profile. Like, you don't get an opportunity to find out about anyone anyway.
Right.
Except
I
for
think she
pictures.
had plenty of controls. I think she has, like, it's the same person. It's basically the same photos. She did change some that were like,
No.
oh, I'm outside, I'm an outdoorsy person.
I disagree, because in the no makeup one, she had a picture of her wearing like a beanie, and she's outside like in the forest. She looks very outdoorsy. There's one in the medium makeup where she's holding a drink. So maybe men might take that as, ooh, that drink means she's ready to.
And
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Yeah, I agree. Because I don't think makeup is necessarily the right thing to say she changed. Because I think she's like, oh, it would be better presented as, do men like an outdoorsy looking person, or like a person who looks like they want to go out and do it?
Yeah.
But
and I think that's proven by the reactions that she got. People picked up on that.
They picked up on that, instead of just being like, oh, this looks like somebody that's clearly promiscuous because I'm equating their sexual availability to wearing makeup. They saw it more stylized because the pictures were very stylized. So that's a really good point. But do you think that she has any sort of legitimacy here with her claim that men will equate one woman's?
Yes. Well, first of all, what's frustrating is the medium amount of makeup getting the most. She said flirtatious and disturbing, and there are a list of really disturbing comments. And to me, like as I'd say most of us, we're like in the medium makeup section, right? Like, I mean, if you were to post pictures, would you do full makeup?
I think I go a little too overboard.
Yeah, you go too much. I've been wanting to tell you that, but I thought I'd tell you in private. Sorry.
Each beard hair is individually placed by my guy. I have a guy who does that. Beard guy.
I don't like that. If I want to wear that much makeup, I don't want that type of attention.
Do you think that you get objectified more, Kim, when you do pile on more makeup, or do you think it also has to do with the fact of your clothing choices and how friendly you are?
I think that plays more into it than the makeup. It's easier to detect what you're wearing and being like, oh, that's that kind of girl. I mean, a lot of different kinds of girls wear a medium amount of makeup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, but I think heavy makeup is like, it communicates, whether consciously or not, that I spent a lot of time trying to get you to notice me.
or I care about my appearance, or I'm an artistic person. It could mean a lot of things.
It could, but in her defense,
Those all fall under to get you to notice me, I think, in a guy's mind. I totally understand
agree
women
with you,
being like,
Brett.
oh, today I'm just gonna put a little extra into it because I got the time, whatever. Like,
No,
I've known girls who do that. But
I agree with you. And normally when women wear more makeup, it usually correlates with their outfit. They're going to be dressed up more. And I think that lends to your point, as well as the fact that I think subconsciously when men see and women see girls that are dressed down, and normally when you're dressed down and you're normally barefaced makeup, you do put off more of a grounded vibe, which does sometimes lead to people thinking that you're less available or promiscuous.
first, guys, in the way you go about doing it, trying to get chicks, you try to do it on their, try to do it all right. You try to do it on their level. So you just have to be aware that guys might be playing an angle.